Good Morning Miramar, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m., right here, right now.
Good morning, Miramar. My name is Danielle Reales, Marketing Coordinator with the City of Miramar's Office of Marketing and Public Relations. We're so excited to have you all tuned in this morning. We have a wonderful show planned for you today. First this morning, we're going to be joined by Trinity Trisolino and Elsie Rose with our Miramar Community Garden here today to tell you a little bit more about the garden and some awesome events coming up, as well as some volunteer opportunities. Afterwards, I'll be joined by our co-host Alexis Fox, who will be taking part 2 of the Hurricane Preparedness Quiz with me. Be sure to comment live on our Facebook stream, or you can dial into our program with any questions you may have. You can call us at 1-877-2-MIRAMAR or dial 1-877-264-7262. The weather for today, Thursday, May 31st, will bring cloudy skies and some more rain. We're so happy for the rain. The high temperature will be 84 degrees and the low will be 76 degrees. As a reminder, we are calling all dads. The City of Miramar is celebrating Father's Day this year in a big way. Join us Saturday, June 2nd from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Miramar Town Center Plaza for the ultimate man cave experience. You and your friends will have a chance to meet and greet with professional athletes, check out a great car show, enjoy barbecue, brews, massages, and so much more. We would invite you to this event, and it is only $5 a person. Space is limited, so we're encouraging for you to register today at fathersdaymancave.eventbrite.com. We're also inviting everyone to join Vice Mayor Colburn for a Homeowners Association Roundtable event. This discussion will take place Thursday, June 7th from 6 to 9 p.m. at our Miramar Cultural Center. This networking opportunity will provide homeowners associations, as well as condominium associations, crime watch groups, and property management groups, a chance to talk to Vice Mayor Colburn on legislative updates, as well as an opportunity for them to communicate their needs, issues, and concerns. For more information or to RSVP, please call 954-602-3143 or 954-602-3131. You can also email ycolborn@miramarfl.gov. We are inviting everyone to our Caribbean American Heritage Month celebration, which is actually sponsored by South Broward Community Health Services, so thank you to them. That event is taking place Saturday, June 9th from 6 to 10 p.m. at Shirley Bronca Park, located at 6900 Miramar Parkway. We invite you to rep your flag at this free event featuring artists like Kevin Dubois, Ada, Kiki Sanchez, Quartet, Hallie Ray, and Xavier. Register today for free by visiting Caribbean American Heritage 2018.eventbrite.com. We have another fun event that's Caribbean Comedy Night, which is hosted by Major Hype. He is the Caribbean King of Comedy, and that's happening Friday, June 29th at our Miramar Cultural Center. This fantastic show will feature top comedic talent from Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago. This will be an unforgettable evening of hilarity that you don't want to miss. Comedian Rohan Gunter, more popularly known as Gunter in a Laugh, Nikki Crosby, who's actually the first female stand-up comedian in the Caribbean, and Chris Johnny Daly will have you laughing your socks off. Grab your tickets today by visiting miramarculturalcenter.org. And we also want to remind everyone that there are still spaces available at many of our summer camps this year, so please be sure to get your children registered today. You can visit miramarfl.gov for more information. So that wraps up our city news updates for this morning. We thank you all for tuning into that. Now, I would like to reintroduce Elsie Rose and Trinity Trisolino with our Miramar Community Garden. Before we get into a little bit of the segment, I'll just have them introduce themselves and explain a little bit about what they do here at the City of Miramar. So, Elsie.
Hi, Danielle.
Hi, good morning.
Thank you for having us today.
Thank you for being here.
Well, I work in the sustainable planning area for the City of Miramar, and we also collaborate in the Miramar Community Garden, which was established over 10 years, a little bit less than 10 years ago.
Oh, so we're
Yes.
coming up on the 10-year anniversary.
Yes.
How exciting. And Trinity?
Hi, I'm Trinity Trisolino, and I work in CED with Elsie Rose, and I work at the Miramar Community Garden, and I manage the garden over there.
Yeah, so we're so excited to have them both on today. They're both very passionate about what the garden really provides to our community. So, and I know that some of our viewers might not have been on the last time Elsie spoke about the garden. So I just want you a little bit to tell us a little bit about what is the Miramar Community Garden and kind of what it's all about and what we do there.
Great. Well, some people have a certain image of what gardening is, and they might not get the full view and understand all the opportunities that this free program allows our community to have. So I wanted to tell our audience that the garden offers so many different opportunities, and most importantly, it's a venue to just slow down from the daily toil and just go back and just take in the aromas, the sights, the sounds of our environment, because we live in a society that sometimes we're removed. Some of us work indoors all day and we don't have that opportunity. So just being at the garden will allow our participants to either just enjoy and learn new things, or if someone is just really looking for a hearty workout, we have that for them too. And we do guarantee they'll get some sweat on their foreheads, and they will come out with a sense of satisfaction because they will be able to see tangible fruits of the labor, literally. So that is what I'm here to say, that we have so many opportunities. We are getting ready to formulate next year's season. It begins in August, more or less, because many people don't realize when we get bombarded through the media in this country, and we believe that this is the time to start gardening and that go buy all your supplies, because even from Home Depot and some other gardening places, we're receiving news that apply to pretty much the rest of the country, but not us, because South Florida is very unique. It's a subtropical climate, and our growing season pretty much begins in August, pretty much with the school year.
Got it.
So with that, we will begin the planting and the growing in the garden, but also a series of programming that, for example, with our partners, South, let me see, the name escapes right now, but the Baptist Hospital in South Florida.
Baptist Health South Florida.
Thank you. Yes, Baptist Health South Florida. They have a series of experts, so we will have some cooking classes, some healthy living classes, some exercise classes. So it's just so many things that the public can come in and just enjoy one time or become a member. And later we could talk about how they can become members.
Absolutely. And you talked about all of the great programming that's offered, and really how gardening, like you said, helps people to slow down and just kind of take in, something new, something different, and really be more mindful and intentional about what they're doing. Now, we are focusing a lot about how gardening can also attribute to people growing their own food, saving money that way, but also knowing exactly where their food is coming from. Sometimes you go to the grocery store and you buy things, and we've even talked about how there's fruits that come from, faraway places like Chile, and when you can really be sourcing your food locally and eating through the seasons, which is kind of what people used to do but aren't doing now. And I know there's a memory that you wanted to share with us, so if you could just talk about that a little bit.
Yes. Well, one of our goals is to make people fall in love with food all over again, and or if they haven't, to really understand that a store-bought tomato is not the same as something that you have grown from scratch, from seed. The flavors are 100% different, and also teach about biodiversity, because there might be thousands of varieties of one type of fruit, and everyone is slightly different. So the memory that I have, and I think that's why this program is close to my heart, is I must have been about 8 years old, and my mom asked us to put on our bathing suits. We had about 6 sacks of a variety of mangoes. And we sat around a table and we were eating these mangoes, and with the aroma and the juice was just all over. No worries, because it didn't matter about getting dirty or all juiced up, because we were just enjoying. So that memory, I want everyone to understand what it is, to reminisce. Did you know that aroma is the only sense that goes directly to a certain part in our brain? Therefore, we have such strong memories of remembering. So that's what we want. We want people also to collaborate, because we have a lot of talent in the city.
Yes.
And let's learn how to cook gungos or maíz mole or tortillas or ceviche. Let's all learn aromatic teas. We have such talent. So we invite the public to come, share your talents also.
Definitely. Now, talk to us a little bit about this partner event that we're having at our Miramar Library coming up, how to save money by growing your own food.
Well, that program is next Wednesday, the 6th of June,
yes,
at 6 p.m. in the Miramar Library, and we have the fortunate opportunity for chief arborists from the fruit tree plantation come and talk to our members or anyone. It's a free event, and this man is very, very wise. He's been working on this for over 4 decades, planting all over the world. This organization just planted in Africa. So we are fortunate, and with that, I'll mention that we received a grant for a tree planting event, and maybe we could talk about that. Trinity can talk about that?
Yes, so Trinity, it's going to be the preview to kind of this event. So that tree planting event's happening first. So tell us a little bit about that.
That's right. We called it the Tree Planting Pop-Up Day. And the reason we called it the Pop-Up Day is because we don't normally plant 20 brand new fruit trees in one day. And it's actually just going to be just a few hours. And we got a prestigious grant from the Tree Planting Foundation, Fruit Tree Planting Foundation. And Master Arborist Rico Montenegro is going to fly in from California. He's going to help us plant the trees, teach us how to take care of them. We're going to have a wonderful lunch afterwards and a great lecture from him on pruning trees, caring from trees, and any tips he wants to share with us after that. So it's going to be great. And it's a special family day. Children 6 and older are going to be allowed to participate in planting the trees with their families. So it's going to be really neat. I even have little child-sized shovels for this event.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute. And that's... Go ahead.
Something that I wanted to mention is this grant is a great example of how our members can contribute. 2 of our former members wrote the grant, Scott Holdeman and Scott Lewis. They wrote it, and that's how we got the grant.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yes.
And that event is on Saturday, June 2nd, from 8:30 to 12:30 in the morning. Now, Elsie, I know you were really quickly going to tell us about how people can get involved with events like these and others.
So there's ways in which people can just come to events, or they can become members, and everything is online in our City of Miramar website, and it is www.miramarfl.gov/community garden. All the information is in there, and if they just enter their information, then we will follow up with everything that we have to offer.
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. So thank you both so much for being here today. We hope that you come out to these 2 events that are happening this week and next week, just to learn a little bit more about our garden and how you can get involved, and like Elsie mentioned, bring your talents over so that we can continue and share and grow this community.
I'd like to mention how people could sign up to volunteer for this event.
Yes.
And we actually opened up 50 slots for volunteers to come, and those filled up within just hours. I mean, it filled up so quickly.
Wow.
But one team just told me today that they're not able to come, so as of this morning, there are 12 spots available. And they can sign up on handsonbroward.com, and you can look for Miramar Community Garden and Tree Planting Pop-Up Day.
Yes, so Hands on Broward. So 12 spots left. Don't miss out.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we return, we'll be back with our co-host Alexis Fox to talk a little bit more about hurricane preparedness, because hurricane season starts tomorrow. Stay tuned.
Caribbean American Heritage Month celebration. Come out to this free event Saturday, June 9th from 6 to 10 p.m. at Shirley Rocket Park, 6900 Miramar Parkway. Enjoy a Caribbean fete and live performances by Ada, the Kiki Sanchez Quartet, Xavier, and Hallie Ray, featuring Kerwin Dubois. You don't want to miss it. Experience island food, festive dancers, costumes, and more. Sponsored by South Broward Community Health Services. It's right here in Miramar. The Miramar Cultural Center presents Caribbean Comedy Night, June 29th at 8 p.m., featuring performances by Nikki Crosby, Chris Johnny Daly, and Rohan Gunter. Hosted by the Caribbean King of Comedy, Major Hype. Laugh till you drop. For tickets, call 954-602-4500.
Good morning, Miramar, and welcome back. The co-hosts are back together again,
Hi.
Alexis and Danielle. We're very excited to have you all tuned in. So last week we did part 1 of the hurricane preparedness quiz with our colleague Tamika Bickham and someone from the Broward County organization. We're really excited that we're going to be able to finish the quiz. We weren't able to finish it last week, so I told Alexis, you have to come on so we can finish this quiz.
Right. I'm a competitor, so I plan to beat both people who were on previously.
Yes. So we're going to ask her some questions to see if she's ready for hurricane season. And I'm going to ask the question. There's multiple choice, but we'll do it a little different. I'll get her instinct answer first, and then I'll give her the options of multiple choice, and then we'll explain kind of why the correct answer is the correct answer. So just remember, everyone, hurricane season actually starts tomorrow. So if you're not prepared yet, this weekend might be a good weekend to start preparing, because we are going to be in hurricane season for the next few months. So, you know, keeping that in mind, especially with everything that happened with Irma, we definitely want to be prepared this time around. I know my family learned a lot of things. Thankfully, Irma wasn't as bad as it could have been. I'm sure your family did too.
Oh, yes. My family learned a lot about being in close quarters with one another.
So let's begin the quiz. So, question number 6, because we left off on question number 6. Generators come in many different sizes with the ability to generate a wide range of power. What items cannot be powered effectively by a 3,550 watt generator?
Okay.
What's your first instinct of like what you can't plug into a generator?
What I can't plug into a generator that I would plug into an outlet, or
yes, like,
okay, because I was like a car. I don't think you can do like an oven on a generator.
Okay.
Or a microwave, or
you
like
can't do a microwave. I did that.
you can. Okay. Oh, okay. Or like maybe like a hairdryer. I'm trying to think of stuff that I would try to like shove in.
I don't think a hairdryer would be wise to plug in, but
too powerful.
I don't think it's too powerful. I just think like there's more important things that you should plug in.
Like what, my phone? But I know my phone. You said things that I'm not sure. Okay, let me think again. You can't plug in like a big screen TV.
I'm going to give you some options, and you tell me.
Okay.
So the options are a refrigerator, a television, an electric stove, an air conditioner, or all of the above.
I'm going to say you can't do a refrigerator.
Okay.
Was I right?
No.
Oh.
So the correct answer is actually an electric stove. A 3,550 watt generator is usually the smallest generator for a home. It can supply enough electricity to continuously run a refrigerator, a television, a 10,000 BTU wall air conditioning unit, and 4 7-watt bulbs.
Okay, I'm going to contest that. Here's why. Because an electric stove is bigger than a refrigerator.
It's about like the power that it takes to like start it up.
Okay.
It's electricity.
Got it. So it doesn't matter the size.
Yes. So we have some tips for everyone about this. You should have several 5-gallon cans available of fuel, especially when the storm is approaching, because fuel is usually scarcity after the hurricane. I think we all can attest that after Irma, finding gas.
People are willing to do
issue.
crazy things for fuel, so get your fuel
Yes.
early and while it's still fairly cheap.
Mm-hmm. And you should also buy a bottle of fuel stabilizer when the power is restored. You should mix the stabilizer with the gasoline so that it will be kept until you're ready to use it. Run your generator with this mixture for about 10 minutes so the fuel system does not gum up while in storage.
What is a stabilizer? I've never heard of that little chemistry project that you have to do.
It's a fuel stabilizer, and I'm sure that the internet, Google.
I'm just like, what happens if you don't stabilize it? Does it just get
It's just that
unruly?
if you're storing fuel for a long time, just sitting there, it can get gunky. So you need a stabilizer so that that doesn't happen.
I'm thinking like reactive.
No.
Like it's going to do something.
No.
Like some X-Men type stuff.
We have another tip. Never refuel a hot generator or one that is running and hot engine parts, because it can ignite the gasoline and fire gasoline. No good.
Bad mix.
Bad mix. You should also turn off all connected appliances before you start the generator so you don't blow the fuse. And that's it for all of those tips. So, our next question. The Vulnerable Population Registry is meant to do what? save you a place at a local shelter during a storm, get you and your pets a safe place to stay during the storm, help disabled, frail people and those who have serious health issues connect with their municipality during recovery, or D, compare their home damage to a 4-level reporting method that indicates how destructive the storm was to their property. Or it could be any of the above or none of the above.
I don't want to sound like an ableist and say C, but I think it's for like C, for the vulnerable people.
And you are correct. So this registry allows people who are disabled, frail of health, or have health issues register in advance with their city so that emergency workers know how to better respond to those residents during the recovery efforts for the storm. Just know that this isn't a guarantee of service, but it enables our emergency workers to better respond in the recovery efforts, and each city uses their vulnerable population in a different way, so you can actually get access to Miramar's vulnerable population registry if you have not already by visiting miramarfl.gov.
Got it.
Okay, so our next question. Following a hurricane or major storm, residents should separate debris by creating what? One pile at the end of the driveway, separate piles for yard debris and for building debris, separate piles for yard, building debris, and regular household garbage and trash, or no piles necessary. The municipality will just collect the items for them.
We actually know the answers to this
Yes.
very well from the last storm we had. If you guys remember Throwback Thursday, we had several episodes about the processes
Yes.
here in the city for the debris. So you need to make a separate pile for every type of debris. So C.
Yes, and C is correct. After a big storm, just as a little fun fact, separating debris can assist in the widespread cleanup effort.
Right.
So different materials are disposed in different ways and at different locations, believe it or not. So residents and businesses should keep storm debris away from fire hydrants, storm drains, and sidewalks to also allow pedestrians and public officials to clear the route to your neighborhood. And did you know after Hurricane Wilma in 2005, at least 5,111 dwellings were left uninhabitable, including condominiums, apartments, and mobile homes, leaving tons of debris behind. So if you can separate it, it just makes the process easier for everybody. So just a little fun fact. Another question. To ensure that you have a safe operating generator for your home or business, which of the following rules should you follow? Use a battery-operated carbon monoxide alarm and or plug-in C2 alarms with a battery backup in your home, according to the manufacturer's instructions. Place your generator outside in a well-ventilated area. Plug the generator into a wall outlet, or before refueling the generator, let it turn off and cool down. So which of those are correct? You can be more than one.
Definitely the one about outside.
Yes.
Definitely the one about having the monitor, like the carbon monoxide,
Yes.
both the battery one and the backup one.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other option?
Plug the generator into a wall outfit, or before refueling, turn it off and let it cool down.
Turn it off and let it cool down.
And Alexis is right again. She is hurricane prepared, let me tell you. So stay safe during this season. Never plug your generator into a wall socket, as it can cause the house fire. Every year, people die in these incidents related to portable generator use, as reported by the Consumer Product Safety Commission. And most of these incidents involve carbon monoxide poisoning from generators used indoors. So stay safe. Please leave your generator outside. Stay safe. Two more questions. In an emergency situation, which will often go through faster, text messages or voice calls?
Text.
And the correct answer is yes, text messages will go through faster.
Text messages go through faster in real life. Like,
yes, but that is the correct answer. And so finally, just a few more tips. In order for you to stay connected with Broward County during an emergency like a hurricane, this is what you need to do. And we're not going to answer, I'm just going to give these tips. You can call 311 Broward if you have any questions or non-life-threatening concerns. You can also watch and or listen to local TV and radio stations. Subscribe to emergency updates with Broward County via Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. Check Broward.org for the latest updates and emergency information, and sign up for Alert Broward for emergency updates. And you can do that at Broward.org. You can also sign up for Miramar's emergency alert services at miramarfl.gov. So we hope those tips were useful. We want everyone to stay safe this hurricane season. Now, before we go, though, we have a quick little announcement for our Good Morning Miramar viewers.
We do. So, Good Morning Miramar is now going to be once a week on Wednesdays, same time, just once a week on Wednesdays, 10 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. So we hope that you guys will join us once we take our little break and come back on Wednesday. So look forward to that.
Yes, so we are going to be back live in the studio this coming Wednesday at 10 a.m. So the only thing that's changing, like Alexis mentioned, is we're moving to once a week. So you'll see some announcements on social media later on this week and some announcements during the show as well. So we hope that you tune in on Wednesday. Thank you so much. And remember, it's right here in Miramar. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye. Stay dry.
Stay dry.